Hi guys, it's Jacob from Stringbuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being the music journalism site, links in the description down below. And we have a brand new song review for you today, and it's the latest track by Coldplay, and that's All I Can Think About Is You. So I'm going to refer to the original article as I usually do for these videos, so I hope you enjoy. Now, if you exclude their terrible collaboration with the Chainsmokers, which I have no idea what they were thinking there, I actually personally think that Coldplay are having one of their best years musically since they've, when they originally broke out onto the charts. It's their best year in probably 10 years in my opinion. They've released some truly memorable and poignant tracks, with their track Hypnotized in particular being one of my favorite songs of this year so far. So should we see what I thought of this brand new track and see whether they can really keep up this good form? Well, I thought it was yet another excellent track that they've released, and now it's just given me no option but to try and remove the stigma away from Coldplay that turns away so many potential fans and other musicians alike. For the last 5 years, granted, they've released a lot of what you'd class as mainstream music that has lacked flair, it's lacked individuality and perhaps their own stylistic quality. So what made them likable in the first place, they sort of ditched. I guess people like to say that, they sold out, and I guess they kind of did. Sure, that music has been immensely successful, as we know, and commercially very sound, but I don't think it resonates quite as much with fans, and especially loyal fans who have been waiting and waiting and waiting to hear this sort of older style come back again. Down to this, they have built up a reputation of being this generic stadium pop group, but these guys are much more than that, and they've shown that they're much more than that, and they've shown it yet again here. We had some excellent homophonic guitar melodies, some interesting and punchy piano work, a progressive feel to the percussion, leaving the track feeling a little more exploratory and developmental than I thought it was going to be, and all in all, the track just reeks of musicianship. And if I can be, or rather can say that, being one of these uber critical haters of the group in the past, and I'm sure anyone can at this point. When it comes to the production of this track, there's a lot of good stuff sprinkled throughout the runtime here. I wouldn't say it's a perfect mix, I wouldn't go that far. I think the percussion did lack a lot of true impact and depth, or the true impact and depth rather needed to sort of bolster the section it really entered within. It did sort of just come in with a putter rather than really smashing in, which I think it should have. But my complaints still are very minimal. The bass is thick and carries the low ground really well, glittering the drive with personality and character. The piano has a really great sounding tone to it, sounding soft and gentle when it has to be, but still keeps its naturally percussive edge, hammering certain sections down really well. I really enjoyed it, as you can tell. The texture is really well balanced, and there isn't a single area that feels flooded or rejected or anything like that. The guitar tone may be simplistic to many, but it worked really well with the ambient strings, synths and pads just to create this very anthemic scale for this track. Sure, the vocals sounded a touch cloudy here and there, a bit too much reverb on them, but again, it is a small complaint for what is a very satisfying mix. Musicality wise, there is a lot to appreciate here. The song form has been utilized really well, throwing in many developing sections instead of repeating static verses and choruses. Even the hook here develops really well, from being a simplistic tagline to the track to an echoing undertone. It's an incredibly diverse sort of hook in that sense, much more diverse than you typically expect of a pop track's hook. We had plenty of instrumental decoration, hence varying the progressions and feel of each section just enough from the last just to keep you entertained and keep you enticed and keep you inclined to keep listening. There is also a huge transition midway through this track where we have this interesting descending piano progression that seeps into this huge sort of beat and sound, and it's one of those significant moments you purely remember hearing in a particular track, and it's hence very re-listenable in that sense. You look out for that, you remember this track by that. The vocal melodies are a little bit disjunct at times, a bit too sparse for me as well, but there are some melodic sequences scattered here and there that really blew me away, as if they were working alongside the instrumentation to create this omega harmony. Lyrically, this track reminds me a lot of psychedelic music, since it carries a very loose theme that is fleshed out with a lot of visual sort of stimulants. I like the approach, and although I couldn't personally relate to this track or what was being sang per se, I could totally sort of appreciate what was on offer here. At least it was a bit different. So all in all, a must-listen track for fans, and one which I'm sure a lot of casual listeners could use to really get back into the group. So I gave it a G rating of 8.5 out of 10. So if you like this video, then please leave a like, comment what you think in the comment section down below, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye bye.